The Turkish Prime Minister claims a belt of terror is being created along his country's border with Syria, but he doesn't only mean the Islamic State.
A clear game is being played in northern Syria. Russia, the Syrian regime, Daesh, and the YPG have all joined hands and want to establish a terror belt on Turkey's southern border.
The statement is more ironic than surprising. You know, Turkey's border has been the gateway for jihadists into the Syrian and Iraqi military theaters. For Turkey, who has done nothing to combat ISIS, nothing whatsoever since they joined the coalition. I mean, I think we can actually count Turkish airstrikes against ISIS targets on one hand. That's how bad it is. I don't think they have legitimate concerns about terrorism. If it's terrorism the way we define, the rest of the international community defines it, Turkey is aiding those individuals.
Meanwhile, the Turkish president reiterated that there should be no distinction between Islamic State and the Kurds fighting the terrorists in Syria, since they're all extremists in the eyes of Ankara. That position is proving quite unpopular, though, with Turkey's main ally.
And we have had conversations with Turkey at length about the situation in Syria, specific with the Kurds. And again, we've expressed our support for groups on the ground that are taking the fight to ISIL. That includes some Kurdish groups. And on this issue, we will continue to disagree with Turkey with regard to that particular issue.
Staying with Syria, we spoke to a Briton who's joined Kurdish forces fighting ISIL in that country. He says a Turkish intervention in Syria would mean they're supporting the jihadists.
When Erdogan looks at Syria, he looks at enemy number one being the Kurds, enemy number two being the Assad regime, and enemy number three, ISIS. So it's very unwelcome, his recent statements on actually intervening in the conflict, which will only make things so much more worse. He's very afraid of the YPG games. The YPG, which is the most successful group fighting against the Islamic State, has started to unite the cantons. They're starting to liberate territory that obviously is alongside the Turkish border. If Turkey did actually invade Syria, first of all, it will be a violation of Syrian sovereignty. It will be in violation of basic human rights. The Kurds that live there, the Arabs that live there, that have joined the Syrian Democratic Forces, it is their democratic right to fight against the fanatics, against the jihadists. So any intervention, it will be basically Erdogan telling the world that we're here to help the fanatics. We're here to help those that are doing the